Last week, we asked you on Twitter if Portuguese star striker Cristiano Ronaldo should really be earning 45 million euros a year. And the verdict's out. 18% believe he's worth every cent. 73% say no way, that would be including me. 9% couldn't care less. Now, what do you think? Follow us on Twitter and give us your take. Joining me in the studio now is Guido Schafmeister. He is the CEO of the Sport Management Academy in Bayreuth. Guido, thanks for being with us. Now, to start things off, what do you think? Is Ronaldo worth 45 million a year?
Yes.
He is?
Yes,
now, why
I think
is that?
So. Because you can refund that payment easily. In terms of star items you can sell and other things like merchandise and so forth. So I don't know the numbers precisely, how much they get back in terms of money, but I'm quite sure he's worth the money. Yes.
So he seems a good business asset.
I think so, yeah.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
All right. Now, a recent TV rights deal gives 2.3 billion euros to clubs in the English Premier League. Is there really that much money to be earned with the sport?
Obviously, because it's the TV stations, it's the media companies willing to pay that amount of money, and they have to refund the money as well. And it seems to me that they see the chance to refund that payment, so there must be enough opportunity to get the money back. Yeah.
What does this sort of money do to the sport, to the perception of the sport?
To the perception, I would say what you can see immediately is that usually the wages of the players get higher and higher by that. So a lot of money is usually put into young talents and players as well. So that changes tremendously the business, I would say, because it's if you compare that with German figures, it's quite a high amount of money the clubs have in Great Britain. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Germany. Bayern Munich has more money than any other team in the Bundesliga. In a league, and it's dominating a league that used to be much more competitive. Now, does too much money lead to an uneven playing field here?
I think so, yes, actually. Because what we can observe from research in that field is we are talking about something like competitive balance. So how balanced is the league? And we know that more or less money is able to score in the end of the day. So if clubs have more money and the others have less money, so if we have, if it goes apart from each other, usually we observe something that says it's not that interesting anymore. Yeah.
And just briefly, do you think smaller clubs should get financial help in order to keep things more interesting and suspenseful?
I'm quite sure it is in the interest of the league and of the clubs themselves that the league itself is competitive, is strong, because it is interesting if the league itself is strong. So if we have interesting matches going on, that makes it even more attractive to watch the games. So they should all be interested in having at least a similar strength, and one should win in the end.
All right, we'll see if that will happen in the Bundesliga anytime soon. Guido Schafmeister will talk some more in a bit. With me is still Guido Schafmeister. He is heading the Sport Management Academy in Bayreuth. Guido, you yourself are counseling young aspiring athletes. What aspects of securing their financial future do you try to impress on them?
Yeah, I think it's very important to keep in mind that the career can be over very, very soon. It can be health reasons, whatever. So, and there is a need, even though they are very, very young, to have an idea what comes afterwards. Most of them are really inspired. They're not the ones sitting on or ending up as a couch potato, so they want to do something. And I definitely recommend to think about what could be your future career. How could it look like? What is the opportunity, what you can do in the future? Is it being a student for a sport management program, for example, or is it something else? So I definitely recommend to think about what is my way, what could I do after my career is over.
So when there's a job after the sporting career is over, how do you do both at the same time? Practicing to be a top athlete while training for your future job?
That is the very, very hard thing about it, because usually athletes, they have a hard job to be successful in, and you have to have patience and you have to put time in. However, a common career lasts quite long usually, so it's not about 1 or 2 years usually. And you have a lot of opportunities to, for example, to get in a part-time study program to do that besides your job. And there are many offers they were coming during the last years to bring athletes in the classroom. I was just teaching one of these athletes 2 weeks ago. And so they are picking single classes out of a curriculum. And after a longer period of time, then they're going to finish their study program.
Do clubs need to get more involved? when it comes to securing a life after football?
I think clubs need the openness to make it possible for the players. For example, sometimes to attend things like classrooms or whatever, or to give the space or to give the room to do
you see that happening?
Yeah, I see that more and more happening, actually.
Okay. And lastly, I can't let you go, obviously, without your bet. Who's going to win the European Championship?
The best team.
The best? Oh, come on.
For sure, I have a heart, and I hope it's going to be Germany, but I'm not sure. So the best team is going to win. Yeah, my
Guido.
heart is German, so that's...
Guido Schafmeister, thank you very much.